Hey, eighth grade. Looking at our next lesson, unit 1, lesson 3. Okay, this is pages 5 through 7. We have 3 pages of notes for this one. I can solve one-step equations. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, solving one-step equations here. Page 1. We're looking at our essential question, and we are looking at specifically today, we're going to look at equations. An equation is a sentence stating that two quantities are equal. Sorry, go back there. Two quantities that are equal. An example of that: 2 plus 4 equals 6. If you notice, that's balanced. 2 plus 4 and 6. We have if you think of it as a scale, okay? It is a balanced scale. 2 plus 4 does equal 6. They're the same thing on both sides. And I can also say that if I was doing it with a variable, 2 plus x equals 6. It still would be in balance. Okay? 2 plus x equals 6. It's the same thing. That's an equation. When we work with equations, we work with solutions. A solution is a value of a variable that makes an equation true or equal. So when I have the equation 2 plus x equals 6, the solution to that would be that x equals 4. That makes this sentence true. If I picked a different number, say 5, 2 plus 5 doesn't equal 6. 2 plus 5 equals 7. So x wouldn't be or 5 wouldn't be a solution to this. Only 4 can make this true. Okay? And we're going to put in here our next term, subtraction. And that states that two sides of an equation will be equal when you subtract the same number from both sides. So if I have, let's go down a little bit here, A minus C equals B minus C. If I subtract the same thing from both sides, it remains equal. If I subtract C from A and C from B, that must mean that A equals B. Again, if I were to balance it, talking about balancing equations, that would be the same thing. Let's try with some numbers. Okay, I want to figure out what this B is. And I could probably figure it out myself and use intuition and know what it is. However, let's show what that actually is. First thing I want to do is I want to draw a line right down the center here. And when I do that, that means I'm going to work on two sides of the equation. And I want to make them both the same value. I want to balance it, use my scales. And what I do to one side, I have to do to the other side. So if I want to get the variable by itself, first thing I want to do is get rid of this positive 8. I'm going to use the opposite. Opposite of a positive 8 is a negative 8. And since I subtracted 8 over here, I'm going to also subtract 8 over here. I'm going to put that out there. That equals something. If I have 8 minus 8, 8 minus 8 cancels. They go away. It just equals 0. I don't need to write it, but I'm going to just for now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this b down here. And it's just b plus 0. But I don't need this one, so I mean, it's a different color here, but I'm just going to get rid of it. That's going to go away. I'm just left with b. And on the other side, excuse me, negative 5 minus 8 is negative 13. Okay? And so we have b equals negative 13. And we can check that. We can take this b and we can substitute it back into our original equation here. So let's check it. Negative 5 equals, instead of b, we're going to use negative 13 plus 8. Well, what's negative 13 plus 8? Over here we have negative 5 still. Negative 13 plus 8 is negative 5. So it checks out. They are the same thing on both sides. So you know that your answer of b equals negative 13 is true. So take this time right now, pause the video, try this one on your own, and I will come back and I will help you do it. Let's do it together. So now you pause, come back. Thank you. Hopefully you got it right. Let's check the answer together here. And we have a plus 4 equals negative 3. Remember, the first thing that we want to do is draw that track down here. We want to get rid of this positive 4. Opposite of positive 4 is negative 4. I'll put negative 4 over here as well, because I got to do the same thing on both sides. All right. Negative 4 and positive 4 both cancel. It would be 0. I'm not going to write it. So all I'm going to do is bring this a down. All right. A equals, because a is by itself now, negative 4 or negative 3 minus 4 is negative 7. And again, we can do our last step of checking to make sure that is the right answer. I'll move my picture over here a little bit. We're going to check to see if that is the right answer. We're going to do some substitution. Instead of a, we're using negative 7. Negative 7 plus 4. And we want to know, does that equal negative 3? Negative 7 plus 4 is, that's right, negative 3. Negative 3 equals negative 3. We know that it works. So we know that the solution of a equals negative 7 is the correct solution. That's it for page 1 of our notes. I'm going to pause the video here, stop it, and you can come back for part 2. If you have questions, please comment.